What's up, y'all? We are on another episode of Gems with Jewels. I am your girl, amber.jewelz. And today's topic, I'm going to share with y'all how I went from basketball to volleyball, right? So, boom. Basketball was my primary sport all my life until I went to college. And then that's when I shifted gears and went to just volleyball, and that was it, exclusively volleyball. So, even though basketball was my main primary sport, I'm an athlete all around, so I played a lot of other things. Volleyball, of course. I ran track before in my younger years, like elementary school and middle school. I did a little bit of softball, baseball. And that's about it. I never played soccer or anything like that. I never played football, but I understand the game of football. You know what I'm saying? Know how to throw a football, know how to keep up with the games on TV, even know how to play the video games. You know what I'm saying? But but sports was my thing, still is my thing. But basketball was my primary sport. So boom. So the transition happened from basketball to volleyball was I don't know, I was always a good player, a good basketball player, but if I'm gonna be honest, I had the skills, but it was a combination of me not really having a love for the game how I quote unquote should have or could have, on top of working under people's systems that wasn't complementary to my type of game. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm tall. I'm 5'11", 6 feet tall, and middle school, high school, stuff like that. Well, especially high school. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think a lot of people they see height and they equal that to automatic strength and power. And I was never really the type of, somebody that just pushes people around. Now I can I have length. I have long arms, long legs. I can run pretty fast. I can jump pretty high. My dad always used to tell me when I was back when I was still playing basketball, he was just compare yourself to a Kevin Durant. Cause that's the kind of player that you play. Y'all are tall, but y'all still have skills kind of like a guard. So that's kind of but I'm not really finna just be stuck in the paint like a Shaq or something like that. No. So it's just frustrations from not being able to play how I could versus being over it. You know what I'm saying? It incentivized me to be okay, I'll find something else to play. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, like I said, I'm in the paint and I ain't gonna front, I'm a late bloomer, and I went up against some pretty big girls. Even when I was in high school, it was some pretty heavy set young women on the team. Shit, you know what I'm saying? They talking about some box out, man. I'm getting swallowed in this paint. Now, I can jump over, but then I'm risk going on an over the back foul. You know what I'm saying? So it was just it was cool, but them type of games where I could kind of do what I want, because it's not I'm a ball hog. I'm gonna pass the ball and I'm gonna work within the system of the play. But anyways, so with volleyball, it was less body to body physicality, so you ain't gotta worry about the risk of being elbowed in the face or in the chest, or just being body to body like a ping pong ball table type shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that. You know what I'm saying? It's very much organized. It's not a lot of body to body contact in volleyball. But the thing is, it's not necessarily easier, because in volleyball, man, girls is hitting the ball with great strength. And them balls is coming fast. So, you know what I'm saying? If you're not careful, you could get hit in the face or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy. You know what I'm saying? It might not be body to body contact, but the sport still ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? So it's just yeah. So it's boom. So I already kind of took a curiosity to the sport even before I decided to kind of go exclusively volleyball. Cause I remember in 8th grade, I just decided to try something new. And I told my mom I wanted to try out for the middle school team. I remember at Park Forest Middle School in Baton Rouge, like, I told my mom, I just kind of like, I ain't even asked, I kind of told, I was just like, hey, I think I want to try out. She was just like, yeah, go, well, if that's what you want to do, go ahead. Tell me what time tryouts in. I'll be over to pick you up, and, you know, good luck and try your best. And I ended up making a team, and you know, that was the first team that I ever, like, official, like, organized team ball volleyball that I've ever been on. Everything else before that was probably like family reunions in the backyard or in the park, and they'll set up a net that is like not up to regulation, and you got people that just is trying to get the ball from dropping, but nobody really knows how to play. That's about the most of volleyball I ever played. But until middle school, that's when I was just like, oh, all right, this is kind of, I can kind of get with this, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm naturally competitive. It's still like physical, and it's just like, all right, cool. Once I get in the hang of like bump set spiking, all right, cool, we good to go. So made the team, and that's when I got acquainted with the sport, for lack of a better term. In 8th grade, that's when I got acquainted for the sport. And then in high school, I ended up trying out for the high school team, made that team, volleyball. Now, mind you, in high school, I played 3 sports: basketball, volleyball, and track. It wasn't until I got to college when I let everything else go by the wayside and just chose volleyball. But everything else before college, I was always like a 2-sport at minimum. I always was playing like something, doing something after school. Like, never was them type of students where right after school you go home. Hell no, I got practice. I got something, because that's just the type of kid that I was, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so yeah, end up making a team, the high school team, and came just raw. Didn't know, I wouldn't say I didn't know nothing from nothing, but I didn't know like the proper etiquettes of volleyball. Like, y'all, I'm talking, you know, volleyball, you got your short shorts, your spandex, your knee pads, you know, it's a certain dress attire that comes with the sport. I tried out in street clothes. I swear to God. Street clothes. I don't even think I had knee pads. Y'all. Like, street clothes. Because, like, from 8th grade to 9th grade, I was part of a summer program. And the program's location, it happened to be at the high school that I was going to. So, like, that's how I ended up running into the coach, and that's how that happened. You know what I'm saying? But, bro, like, I didn't know. Like, I mean, I knew, but it was just like, I knew the uniform, but because I didn't know the process of going from middle school to high school, because, like, high school, they don't have their tryouts on, like, the first day of school or after everybody then kind of got settled in. Nah, like, volleyball tryouts, like, fall sports have their tryouts, like, goddamn, before the school year even started. So it kind of, like, bugged me out how that process even started, because I'm just like, if ain't nobody know how it went, they would have missed tryouts. Like, if my summer camp, for lack of a better term, wasn't at the high school that I was going to, I would have missed tryouts, because I wouldn't have known. You know what I'm saying? So, like, by the time the first day of school, by the time the school year start, everything already a go. All the fall teams is established. So I'm just glad that I was, like, kind of in the right place at the right time. And that's probably why I went to tryouts all unprepared, because, hell, I didn't know when it was. Like, I just ran into the coach. I'm shy, so I had my summer camp guidance counselor or something walked me over to the coach, or somebody walked me over to the coach and kind of was just like, hey, she's interested in trying out, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop-whoop-whoop. And then she told me, you know, well, you perfect timing type shit, because, you know what I'm saying, trials is actually going on now, so come back tomorrow and try out then. Made the high school team, and yeah, like, but I was still, like, raw talent. I didn't have the fundamentals established. in high school. Like I ain't really start getting polished up until like sophomore, junior year of high school. Like I was like late to the ball game when it came to volleyball, like especially when it came to talk about going to college. Oh yeah, I was late. I was late to the learning curve. I just thank God for God-given athleticism where I was basically good enough to play the sport. I just had to like fundamental my skills and get refined so that I can, it's like and one basketball versus the NBA type shit. It's kind of like that. You kind of got to refine yourself. You know what I'm saying? But made the team in high school, had a learning curve. Man, freshman year was crazy. I ain't know nothing about rotations. Like, I'm just used to, after the play over with, rotate to the right, like clockwise. Yeah, just rotate. It's 6 positions, rotate. When I got to high school, from middle school to high school, y'all, they talking about switching and doing this, doing that. I was just like, oh, shit. Like, I don't know what the fuck. Mind you, I play front row. So all I'm used to is just rotate to the right. They talking about some switch after the ball, go back over. Then after the ball, come back over, go back to this spot. I was just like, oh, my God. What the fuck? I was just like, I'm in the way. Like, mind you, I'm a freshman, so I'm like still kind of nervous. I'm not really comfortable yet. Like, I'm good enough to play, but man, listen, I don't care how good enough you are. When you don't know like the proper fundamentals of something, it can seem like rocket science. It can make you feel like you don't know how to play. I'm telling you, freshman year, I really felt like I ain't know shit from shit. Because I didn't. It ain't like I was incapable. I just didn't have the fundamentals. My coach used to be hollering at me. My teammates was, I'd be in the way on the court. My upperclassmen teammates would get frustrated. My nerves getting bad. My mama upset because I'm not getting a lot of playing time because I'm in the way. Like, freshman year was crazy. But all when I started playing club. And club is like basically AAU volleyball. So for all the hoopers out there, AAU is, a basketball term. So volleyball, they don't call it AAU. They call it club. So when I went to club, that's when I started getting ironed out. That's when like the game kind of started getting slowed down for me. And I could really take the time and learn what the fuck was going on in the previous season, because y'all, I was lost. Dora the Explorer herself couldn't even find my ass. I was just like, holy shit. All but once I got a hold of club volleyball. Shout out to Capital City Volleyball, CCV. Bruh, like, oh yeah, they taught me the fundamentals. They taught me how to switch, how to roll when diving on the ground, how to serve, how to do fancy serves, the footwork for different types of hits when you go spike the ball. Just ironed it out. The start of being ironed out. The start. I'm not going to say the complete process, but that was the start of me getting that getting refined. And boy, when I came the next year, y'all, like the next high school year, because how it went is it kind of goes like this. High school season, club season, high school season. So when I came back that next year for high school after club, nigga, they couldn't keep me off the court. Bruh, not only did I get playing time, nigga, I started. What is you talking about? Because I learned a lot. It ain't like I said before, it ain't like I wasn't capable. It's just, I just needed time to get refined. Man, I went from coach yelling at me to coach congratulating me and cheering for me. Like, hell yeah, man. Like, I still had learning to do now. It ain't like I just transform Optimus Primed on niggas. I mean, I kind of did, but I still had things to learn. I still had a ways to go, but I did a hell of a jump, though. So shout out to club volleyball, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, I did my thing at Capital City. Then I went to another club. My dad, he kind of, like, played, for lack of a better term, agent. You know how they be doing with sports players, how they have agents and they recommend players to do this, that, and the third. So yeah, dad was kind of like that. My dad was kind of like that. So he took me from my previous club and put me in another club. And I ain't gonna front y'all, I'ma just, cause I'm not a politically correct person, so I'ma just say it like it was, bruh. I'ma just say it like it is. The club that I went to after my first club was like so, like, I ain't gonna hold you, it was more professional. Like, it was just like you knew them girls was going to college. You knew them girls was going to the next level. I ain't trying to shit on the previous club, because I am grateful for my first club, that because they ironed me out. They took the time, they slowed the game down for me, and they helped me like really learn that bitch. And I could really, because I'm telling you, I came back the next year like making up for lost time, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was kicking ass and taking names, like, oh yeah, like, but like I said, my dad saw another, like, I guess a better opportunity, better exposure, because, you know, the type of scouts that was looking at the second club I went to was more, like, basically, it's just a better club. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm trying to be politically correct about it, but it's just a better club. So, bruh, and I ain't gonna hold y'all again, another politically incorrect moment. Going from basketball and then my first club, because my first club was more like culture familiar, if y'all understand what I'm saying. Follow me now. Okay, so going from basketball to my first club. All right, the demographics of this was very melatonin. You understand what I'm saying? The second club I went to, the more professional one, very much Caucasian, which is not a bad thing, but it was a culture shock. Because first of all, basketball from volleyball right there alone, two different types of environments. Basketball, for lack of a better term, be like, it's more on that rah-rah shit. You can talk your shit, you can mouth off a little bit, not like disrespectfully, but it just, more things are more acceptable in basketball. Versus volleyball, you can't really talk your shit. You can't kind of talk shit to the opponents. You can't, it's just different. Like, you know, it's just certain, it's a little bit more proper. Like, you can celebrate, but, and you know, do your thing, but it's just, it's just a way to do it. You heard me? So it's just like, I had a culture shock. I went through two shocks from basketball to volleyball because of the attire. I went from basketball shorts to like comfortable shorts to tights, where I feel like every other play I gotta, you know, get a wedgie out type shit. You know, like, that was the first shock. The second shock is going from like mostly a black environment to a white environment. I don't know how else to say it, to just get straight to the point. So I went to kind of like two shocks, you know what I'm saying? But in a way, after I got through the shock wave, it helped diversify my how I socialize with different races of people. I was just exposed to different cultures, different races of people, and it helped me diversify how I get along with others. Meaning, like, I'm comfortable with every race because I've been around damn near every race because of different sports and different teammates from different backgrounds, different schools. So I thank that. But when I was going through the shock, it's kind of like a growth spurt. Sometimes it can get a little uncomfortable, but it's necessary. But you'll get through it. But yeah, like that second club, y'all, man, them motherfuckers, them girls was hitting them balls on the 10-foot line. If anybody know that play volleyball, you know what that mean. That's like a hell of a good spike. The 10-foot line, that's like going straight down. Not far and down, straight down. Like the ones where it's just like, yeah, I don't know how the defense gonna get that one up. Them type of hits, they was hitting them balls like that. They was blocking. The girls were taller, right off rip. They were taller. It's just, everybody just seemed so much more like militant. Like, you knew, it just seemed like just like you knew people was going to the next level. It wasn't no if. It was just like, yeah, what school are you going to? It ain't no, I'm trying to see. And I mean, you still had some girls that still had to kind of like take more initiative to put themselves out there. But I ain't gonna hold you. The caliber of players that I was around, they went to some nice. They went to some big schools. You heard me? Like, they did. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, you know, the transition, man, like I had to go through a growth spurt with that. By that time, I already kind of knew how to carry myself as an official volleyball player, but I still had fundamentals to iron out, because I'm just like, God damn, these girls are taller, faster, stronger, more fundamentally sound, and I'm here I'm kind of just still kind of getting to the party, so I'm basically playing catch up. But, you know, I ended up playing catch up, and I did catch up, and to like fast forward all through the rest of my high school years, I stayed with that club for like junior and senior year. So like sophomore year and maybe like a little after my freshman year was my first club season with the first club team that I was with. The second club was junior and senior year of my high school team. So that's how that went. So by the time the recruiting process came and starting to get ready to go to college, I had enough in my arsenal to, for lack of a better term, be eligible to go somewhere. And I ain't talking about academically, because my grades was tight, but like I'm talking about I caught up just enough where like somebody wanted me. And, you know, it was in, like, divine timing, because I ended up getting picked up by a school that it was just like, yeah, this is definitely the school for me. And ended up doing well. So it's just like, yeah, man. So that's how it went down for me. I went from basketball to volleyball. And it was, like, just different just shocks. Like, the dress code, the culture switch code, it was just different. It's just different. Basketball and volleyball is different. Both are highly competitive, but different. They're very, very different. But both are awesome, though. I wouldn't trade it for the world. But yeah, that's how it went down for me. Gems with Jewels. Like, comment, and subscribe. We out.